Ich heiße Thabo Thindi, ich lebe seit einigen Jahren in Berlin, komme ursprünglich aus Südafrika. Hauptsächlich mache ich so Fotografie und Filme. Ich bin nach Deutschland, weil ich damals in Südafrika eine Frau getroffen habe, die Deutsche ist, und sie ist jetzt nach Deutschland gekommen, und ich bin dann hinterher gerannt, geflogen. You know, when I came to Germany a couple of years ago, I started with trying to get jobs in the industry. So I had a showreel, South African showreel, which I was showing around to say, hey, listen, this is what I've done back at home. I would like to get into the industry. The challenge was, first of all, I had to learn the language, which was quite a big challenge. Now today I realize that actually I never really needed to learn the language. It was just some kind of an excuse that I was given. So I started to produce things by myself, to keep up with the industry. And this is what I started to do, and this is what I'm still doing, and it has kept me going. The difference between the film industry in South Africa and the film industry in Germany is that there is no way I can compare them. South Africa is South Africa, Germany is Germany. This kind of comparison, I find them very problematic. And this is what happens. Somebody goes to South Africa, films something, comes back and tell us the difference between South African industry and the German industry. The South African industry has to learn this and this and this and this from the German industry. And this German person is going to talk about Africa and telling Africans, us who are sitting there listening to him, what we in South Africa or in Africa needs from, or whatever the case is, on how to do whatever that we want to do. That he tells us that the way we live, it is not normal, and it shouldn't be like this, and we should follow the Germans or whatever their footsteps on how to live. There is a film industry in South Africa that exists, and it's growing, and it is big, and it is of a very high standard, international standards, or international level, if you may call it that, so South Africa is a country that has what was divided according to race for a long time, for many years. So of course, naturally, so all the economy of South Africa, it still rests in the hands of the minority group, which is the white people in South Africa. So the film industry in South Africa, it's still very much in the hands of the white people. However, since 1994, of course, it is changing, that the black people are getting into the film industry slowly. Actually, at the moment, we see a lot of talented young boys and girls coming from the townships, producing blockbuster movies and things like that, which is actually quite extraordinary, and people are getting more and more confident to actually take ownership of their stories and telling their stories and relating them to the world, which is actually amazing for me. When I go sometimes to the Berlinale here in Berlin to see the kind of films that are there from South Africa, it is always like, wow, we're getting somewhere. You need to look at. My project at the moment, I'm actually planning a photography exhibition that is coming up before the end of this year. This will be the works. I predominantly interested in the streets. I like to say that the streets are my university. I learn a lot from being on the streets. Go out and do what is in your heart. As long as you are not discriminating against the next person, as long as you're not making the next person's life difficult, go out and do what you want to do. Do it to the best of your ability. Do things that you really believe in. And go out like 100%. Focus it. Even if you're not making money from it, don't worry. Just do it. Even if it's the most strangest thing ever in the world, just do it. And do it to the best of your ability. I don't really know. I can never really 100% predict life. I cannot be sure that, if I would live in South Africa, my life will be better or worse than now. You know what I mean? And life is life. It's the best project ever. best things in my life is just being alive.